Hello, and welcome to the level guide for R5B1. Let's get started by talking about loadouts. If you are skipping the overload objective, then you can pretty much use whatever you want, although the Hell Rifle is pretty good for the main objective, and the Bio Tracker is useful for the extreme objective. If you are doing the overload objective, you're going to have to do a reactor sequence for it, so you're going to want to bring Bio, 3 sentries, and 4 Hell Rifles. There are a lot of hybrids in this reactor, so you can bring a sniper over one of the Hell Rifles if you want, but I prefer 4 Hell Rifles because there are a lot of chargers and big chargers. Also, if you don't want to bring Bio Tracker, you can more than definitely get away with 4 sentry guns. It's just going to make extreme a little bit harder. Starting off in Zone 92, you'll see that your main objective is to locate an HSU. This HSU will always be found in either Zone 96 or in Zone 98. Zone 92 itself has the security doors to Zone 93, Zone 97, and Zone 94. The security door to Zone 94 is locked by a keycard, and you can find this keycard in either Zone 93 or in Zone 97. So go ahead and query that on the terminal, and while you're there, go ahead and ping your resources, because you will find 1 use of med kits, 4 use of ammo kits, and 3 use of tool refill kits. Once you know your key is and you've gotten all your resources, go ahead and pull the security door, do the full team scan, and enter into that zone. Zone 93 and Zone 97 will always have 2 scouts in them. They like to spawn in the same room as each other, so just be aware of that when you're trying to kill them. And for some goddamn reason, Zone 93 gets more resources than Zone 97. Zone 93 has 3 uses of medkits, 2 uses of ammo kits, and 2 uses of tool refill kits, while Zone 97 only gets 1 of each. Once you've grabbed your resources and acquired the keycard, you can go on to the security door to Zone 94. Your security door to Zone 94 will be a Class 4 alarm. The floor plan is going to look like this, with the enemies being able to spawn behind any of these 6 doors depending on which one of the zones you opened. Once you're ready, go ahead, pull the alarm door. These scans do like to move around the room a lot. Sometimes they'll go to the bottom floor and there'll be a few on the top floor at the same time, so just be aware of that. Regardless, finish the scans, finish the alarm, and head on in to Zone 94. Inside of Zone 94, you will always find 1 scout. There will also be your bulkhead door controller for the extreme objective, along with a fog turbine in this zone. For resources, you're going to be looking at 4 use of medkits and 4 use of ammo kits. Once you've gotten all your resources, go ahead and do the full team scan and enter into Zone 95. Inside Zone 95, you'll always find 2 scouts as well as a few handfuls of chargers. And for resources, you're going to be looking at 3 uses of medkits, 2 uses of ammo kits, and 2 uses of tool refill kits. Once you clear out the zone, you're going to want to query where your HSU is, because both the doors to Zone 96 and Zone 98 will be error alarms. These are a special type of error alarm that spawns 2 big chargers about every minute, and once you find the HSU and do the team scan on it, the error alarm will turn off. Another thing to note is these zones will sometimes, but not always, have a scout inside of them, so just be aware of that. Your number 1 priority in these zones is to find the HSU. The fastest way to do it is to get to the terminal and ping it, because when you ping it, it will say what room it's in. If your HSU is in Zone 98, just keep following the path I'm taking you here and it'll lead you to your terminal. And if your HSU is in Zone 96, this is the path you're going to take to get to your terminal. Once you ping it and find out what room it's in, go ahead, find it, and do the full team scan to turn off the alarm. Once you've got the alarm turned off, you can go ahead and find resources, because you'll be able to find 4 uses of med kits and 4 uses of ammo kits. For those of you only doing the main objective, you're pretty much done. Go ahead and skip to the timestamp on screen now so you can look at your extraction. For those of you sticking around for extreme and or overload, you have a Class 4 cluster alarm that you've got to deal with. So this is what the floor plan for that is going to look like. The enemies will be able to come out of any of these 3 security doors depending on which ones you have open. There isn't really a whole lot you can do to prepare for this, so just try your best. Just complete the scans, finish the alarm, and head on into Zone 99. Inside Zone 99, you will always find one scout along with your bulkhead key and your bulkhead door controller for the overload objective. This zone is only 3 rooms, so the enemies like to group up a lot, so just be aware of that. But in terms of resources, you'll be able to find 8 uses of medkits, 8 uses of ammo kits, and 6 uses of tool refill kits. If you're not doing the overload objective and you're doing extreme, go ahead and skip to this timestamp on screen now so you can see what your extreme objective is. Once you've gotten all your resources and the bulkhead key, go ahead and do the full team scan, and get ready to head on into Zone 452. Zone 452 will be entirely pitch black, with chargers mixed in with normal enemies, and there will also be 3 scouts inside of this zone. There's also the security door to Zone 456, but that is in lockdown until you finish the reactor sequence. There are no resources in this zone, so just make your way to the back of it till you get to the security door to Zone 453. Do the full team scan and head on into that zone. Zone 453 is only a handful of rooms big, and there are no resources in this zone either, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and pull the door to Zone 454. Zone 454 debuts this rundown's new enemy being the Charger Scout. It's a pain in the ass to melee kill, so I just shoot it with the Hell Rifle with a sniper rifle in the back, which is a one-shot kill. If you want to go through the effort of melee killing it, it takes 1 fully charged hit to the back and 1 to the front, or 3 fully charged hits anywhere to kill it. This zone will also always have 2 big chargers in it along with the Charger Scout. There is also the security door to Zone 455, which is the room that has the reactor terminal inside of it. Combining both the resource uses from these 2 zones, you'll have more than 10 uses of med packs, more than 40 uses of ammo, and more than 20 uses of tool refill. There's variance between how much of each resource you'll get, but it shouldn't ever go below those numbers. Before you get started on the reactor, you want to move your resources around. Putting the tool refills up by the door is going to make it the easiest to refill the sniper sentries. If you can't put them up by the door, just put them as far up on the bridge as possible. There are a lot more storage crates on the right side of the reactor room than there are on the left side, and you have a lot more ammo than you have of meds. So keep all your ammo on the right side and keep your meds on the left for organizational purposes. This way you'll be able to find them faster when you need to grab them in the middle of the reactor. This reactor is 7 waves of just straight up tower defense. There's nothing special about it. Hybrids will start spawning on wave 2, and big chargers will spawn on wave 4. The strategy that my team found works the best is that you use 2 sniper sentries and 1 burst sentry. The snipers go on either side of the door frame, and the burst sentry goes on top of the forklift. For player positions, you would put 2 people to the right side of the forklift and 2 people to the left side. This will keep the enemies funneling between 2 zones, and it's, in our opinion, a lot better than stacking 4 on right because you won't get overwhelmed. The reasoning behind the burst sentry is because it will always aim for the enemy's heads, so for big chargers it'll blow their heads off and stagger them for a good period of time, and if hybrids, when their head is glowing signifying that they're about to shoot, if they take enough damage, it will stop them from actually being able to shoot any of their bullets. Near the end of the wave, have 1 person run back to go put in the code, and have everybody else clear off the rest of the enemies, check sentry guns, and communicate who needs ammo, and just get ready for the next wave. Overall, this is pretty fun and not too crazy difficult of a reactor. You just need to communicate effectively and plan properly for it. Once you complete the reactor sequence, make your way back over to Zone 456. Inside of this zone, there will be 1 scout, along with your bulkhead key and a 1-use medkit. Once you've gotten your bulkhead key, make your way back to Zone 94, and you're going to notice that most of the map has been covered with infectious fog. Normally this fog is not infectious unless you complete the overload objective, so for those of you doing prisoner efficiency, I'm sorry. Go over to the bulkhead door controller, put in the key, do the full team scan, and prepare to head into Zone 223. Inside of Zone 223, you'll see that your extreme objective is to locate the generators and reroute the power to the air filtration system. The main thing you're going to want to note is that this entire zone is covered in fog, and this fog will be infectious if you have completed the overload objective. Inside of Zone 223, there are 3 cells that you're going to need to get. These cells will go to the generators which are located behind zone 224, 225, and 226. Each of these security doors are charger blood doors, meaning once you pull them, only chargers will come out. Another thing to note is nearly every enemy within the extreme objective is going to be a charger. There will be very few, if any, normal strikers and or shooters. Once you find your terminal, ping your resources. You'll be able to find 5 uses of medkits, 4 uses of ammo kits, and 4 uses of tool refill kits. Also make sure to ping the cells and take note of what room they are in. Once you get all your resources and find the cells, you can get ready to start setting up for the blood doors. Chuck some fog repellers down and get ready to pull the door. Sometimes there is a scout behind these doors. There isn't really a whole lot you can do about it. The best course of action is just have as many people as possible shoot it as the door opens and hope you kill it. Outside of that, clear out the chargers and get ready to go into the zone. Inside of zones 224, 225, and 226, there will always be 1 scout along with 2 big chargers, and then there will also be your generator, which is where you need to bring your cell. Along with that, there will be 3 uses of medkits, 2 uses of ammo kits, and 1 use of tool refill kits. Once you've gotten everything that you need, go ahead, find the generator, toss the cell in it, and head into the next zone. Once you've put your last cell into the generator, that's it. There's nothing fancy, there's no team scans, there's no alarms. Just go back to the start of the level and do your extraction. For extraction, you just gotta make your way back to zone 92. There's the giant red scan that you gotta complete. This scan will take about a minute to complete, and there is an extraction alarm tied to it. For this extraction alarm, it is going to spawn waves of big chargers, but they will always funnel up this singular ladder, so they're really not that hard to deal with. Hold your ground, shoot the bad guys, and finish the scan, and you will have completed R5B1. Due to the nature of RNG, enemy numbers and resource numbers may be off by ±1, but for the most part they should be what I show here in the video. Outside of that, that's all I've got. Leave a comment if you think I missed something, and you guys have fun.